Hi everyone, CFR Park Hopper here at Universal Studios Florida for Halloween Horror Nights 32. Tonight is the opening night. They have so many great houses, man. The Last of Us. I'm such a huge fan of Stranger Things. The new Exorcist Believer, which will be the movie coming out this fall. Chucky, The Ultimate Kill Count, which is based off the TV show. And I'm a huge fan of the Universal Monsters. Unmasked is this year's Universal Monsters theme, and many, many more. So let's go in and check it out, and we'll talk about how best to plan your trip here to Halloween Horror Nights.
Now what am I to do with this useless piece of soul? Who will take his place? Ah, yes. Your enthusiasm will carry you far. Good evening, everyone. My name is Dr. Oddfellow. I've been watching you. Oh, I can smell your fear from a block away. I asked you if you wanted to hold your destiny. Yes! Take that fear and run it through the streets. Drag your friends along. Don't travel alone unless you're reaching out for power.
All right, guys, so to get our bearings, that's the front of the park where we just came in. And in front of the Minions, which is that purple house right there, is the very first house, which is the Blood Moon Vengeance. And then right here in front of Rip Ride Rockit is the Exorcist. And I'm gonna keep on walking down this way so you can see what other houses they have. And over here in the corner by Jimmy Fallon is Stranger Things. And then over in the corner down from that is the Dueling Dragons and the Yeti Campground Kills. And if we keep going up this way, right in front of us is the Tribute Store, which we'll try to go into later, but we're gonna keep on going up New York Street and check out the rest of the houses. All right, guys, so as we walk towards the back of the park, towards the Chucky house, I'm gonna talk a little bit about Express Pass. And if you are coming for one night of Halloween Horror Nights and that's all you're gonna be here for, I highly recommend looking into Express Pass. It is expensive, I'm gonna tell you that right off the bat, but if you can afford it, it'll make it so that you can walk through all 10 houses in one night, okay? If you're coming for multiple nights, then you don't necessarily need to get Express, because you could divide it up and do some houses some nights and some houses the other. Now, there is a thing also called Stay and Scream, which I'm gonna talk about here in a little bit. So I'll go into more detail about Stay and Scream, which is how you can get into the park early, which is what I did tonight. And I'll tell you, it's only 6:05, and I've already done Stranger Things house, the Dueling Dragons house, and now I'm on to Chucky over here. So here's Chucky by Fast and Furious. To get the lay of the land, over by Men in Black, which is right over here, is the Last of Us house and the Darkest Duel. And behind that over there is Dr. Oddfellow. And right over here by the animal actors and down that way is the Monsters house, Universal Monsters. So those are all here in the back of the park. So this is the Vamp 69 Scare Zone. They got a band going on. Oh, I think this is one of the, there we go. I think it's vampires from the hippie days. Shipyard 32. I'm not really sure what that creature was. Pretty big prop over here. Boy. Some of the merchandise. They have the Last of Us shirt. They have the Dr. Oddfellow Scare Zones cup. Here's the Scare Zone t-shirt. Halloween Horror Nights 2023. And this is the house shirt. It has all the houses listed on the back. Check out the Stranger Things swag. Pretty cool. Surfer Boy pizza shirt. Very cool. Check out all the Chucky merchandise. They even have a popcorn bucket. And the little sweater. And the jumper. I like this one with the Universal Monsters on it. And they have a cup. Cool. Alright guys, so it's daytime right now, which again, you just saw stuff in the dark, but now we're going to talk about how to get into the houses a little bit earlier. So this is called Stay and Scream. And where I'm currently in line is for one of the areas that you can stand in for the evening. So if you have daytime park tickets on the same day that you have Halloween Horror Nights tickets, you can be in the park, and at 3 to 4 o'clock, you can get into the Stay and Scream areas, where then you can get into line for houses, which will open between 5 and 5:30. And you can basically start going into houses ahead of the 6:30 time, when all of the evening only guests will be able to get in. So this is a great way to get a jump on your night. Right now I'm currently standing in line for the New York area, which will get me into Stranger Things or Dueling Dragons or The Exorcist at the front of the park. There's also another Stay and Scream area, which is directly ahead of us, if you can kind of see where I'm pointing. That will get you into houses like Universal Monsters or The Last of Us. And there's one other Stay and Scream area at the front of the park, which is over this way. And that could get you into the Blood Moon Vengeance, or it could just be if you want to be in the park to see the opening ceremonies, you could get in there. So again, you have to have a daytime ticket in order to be in the Stay and Scream area. Now let's say you don't have a daytime ticket, but you're interested in Stay and Scream. You can buy a Scream early ticket, which will get you into the park starting at 3 o'clock. And again, the park closes at 5, so this will get you into these areas as well. So if you're only going to buy a one-night Halloween Horror Nights ticket and then would be interested in Stay and Scream, I would get the Scream Early add-on, which is only $40. So I would do this if Express is too much money for you. So we talked a little bit about Express already, but if you're like, that's a lot of money, I don't think I want to do that, I would suggest doing Scream Early. A lot of times when I do this with my annual pass, if you have an annual pass or a daytime ticket, this is automatically included. I don't have to buy the Scream Early ticket. I would only have to buy the Scream Early ticket if I don't have daytime admission. But I come a lot with my annual pass, like on Sundays, and then get here between 3 and 4, get into a Stay and Scream stay area, and I start going into houses at 5:15, 5:30. I can have 5 houses done by 8 o'clock and be going home and getting ready for work the next day. So I do find that doing Scream Early tickets or having Stay at Scream and having park admission is definitely worth the value, and it's a lot less expensive than having to buy Express. All right guys, so we are now in the New York Stay and Scream area. Again, here I had to scan my ticket back here at these tents for the Halloween Horror Nights ticket. So that's the only way that I can get into the Stay and Scream area, is if I have a Halloween Horror Nights ticket for today. Now, once you're in this area, you can do several things. You can just hang out in this area. You could go into Finnegan's, this restaurant right up here, and get something to eat. Or you could get in line for a house. Here's the hint. I'm gonna get in line for the house. Stranger Things is one of the most popular ones. The line is gonna wrap around back here, so I'm gonna get in that line because that house is gonna open at 5:15. And I'm gonna be in and through that line and out and onto the street, hopefully by 6. So I'm getting in the line. All right guys, so we are in the Stay and Scream line for Stranger Things. We're gonna head through that opening right there, and all these stanchions open up, which will be probably in about the next 15 minutes. So I was in line for this by like 4:15. The house typically opens at 5:15. Between 4:45 and 5, we should start heading backstage. So just keep in mind, it'll be some standing and waiting, but once we get moving, we'll be ahead of the crowd. All right, everyone, so a little heads up with the Stay and Scream. It is now 6:35. Regular people could start getting into the park at 6:30, and I've already done 3 houses. I started with Stranger Things. I was in the New York Stay and Scream by 4 o'clock, right when they started allowing people in. I immediately got in the Stranger Things line, and they opened that house at 5:15. So I basically waited in line for an hour. However, by the time I was in the line and moving through, I think I was through the house by like 5:45. That line at 5:45 was already a 2-hour wait. I then did Dueling Dragons, and then came up and did the Chucky house. So I'm already halfway through the park, and it's only 6:30. So right now, the back entrance to the park is way back over there. The Monsters house is directly across from me. Last of Us and The Darkest Duel are right up here. I'm gonna keep going this way and try to hit Dr. Oddfellow. So I'm gonna keep moving around. Now, if you're wondering why you haven't seen the inside of houses, I'm not allowed to film inside houses. No one is. You have to keep your phone put away. But I am showing you the scare zones, so I'm going to continue to show you those as we continue to move around. We're also going to try some food and possibly see the tribute store. So keep watching. All right, guys, we're entering another scare zone. So much fog. Let's see what happens. This is the Dark Zodiac scare zone. All right, everyone. So now let's talk through whether you should do Express Pass, Stay and Scream, or neither. And really, it depends on several factors. If you're only coming to Halloween Horror Nights for one night and you can afford Express Pass and you really want to see all 10 houses, then I highly recommend Express Pass. If you're coming to Halloween Horror Nights for only one night and you only want to see a couple of houses and maybe just experience the night and don't really care, then don't get Express and just come and see what you do. But if you can do Stay and Scream, also and you're only doing a one night, it's a lot cheaper than Express. And I'll tell you that if you start, early, like 5 o'clock, you're in the houses, 5:30. It just depends what house you pick. Down at Stranger Things, it starts at 5:15. The Exorcist is also down in the Stranger Things area, and that opened at 5:30. If you're coming to do Last of Us or Monsters on this back side of the park, they don't open until 5:45. However, once you're already back here on this side of the park, I find it's easy if you do both of those houses and keep going with the other couple houses back here, it kind of works out the same way. So I've done both. Typically I can have 4 houses done by like 7:30. So then you still have the rest of the evening to do whatever else you want to do. So it really depends on affordability. Express Pass is going to be significantly way more expensive. Stay and Scream is only going to be added on $40 to your Halloween Horror Nights ticket. It's called Scream Early to buy it. Or if you already have daytime admission to the parks, it's included. Whether it's an annual pass or you bought daytime admission to experience the parks before Halloween Horror Nights, it's automatically included, the Stay and Scream. You just have to be in the Stay and Scream holding areas with your Halloween Horror Nights ticket scanned by 5 o'clock when the park closes. If you want to do something like Stranger Things, I recommend being in the New York Stay and Scream by 4 o'clock when it opens and being in the line for Stranger Things, because that line's just going to keep growing and growing and growing. So those are my tips for how to decide. There's really no right or wrong. It really is just going to depend what's best for you. Also keep in mind, it's a lot of walking. Halloween Horror Nights is a bit more walking than the regular parks, as the houses are behind the regular attractions, so the lines extend out into the back areas of the park, and they like to bob and weave the lines a lot. And then keep in mind, you're going to walk through the house, so there's no sitting down where you would sit down for like a ride. So it's a lot more on your feet at Halloween Horror Nights than it is just for, I feel like, the regular day. So if you decide not to do Express and you decide not to do Stay and Scream and you're hoping to do all 10 houses, you're going to be in line after line after line, and it's just going to be a lot on your feet. With Express, you will be able to take breaks. And with Stay and Scream, if you had 4 houses done by 7:30 like I just do now, then I'm going to take a break right now and eat some food, and then I'll continue on and pick houses that have waits that I want to wait for. So I hope that helps you out with your night, deciding which one will work better for you. Now we're going to go try out some of the Halloween Horror Nights food and the tribute store, so let's go. All right, everyone. everyone. So here's the food rations booth, and we're going to get the Cordyceps corn dog, which is a Korean cheese dog with cordyceps mushrooms, crispy potato sticks, truffle cream, and daikon sprouts. They also have twisted taters here as well. So this is the twisted tater. It's basically a spiral cut potato on a stick, and you can get it with several different seasonings, like seasoned salt, garlic parmesan, sour cream, chive, ghost pepper. And they also had one where you can get like a mushroom gravy over it. So that sounded good. But I love getting this at least once a week. All right, guys, so here's the Cordyceps corn dog. It's huge. And it's batter dipped. It's got the crispy potatoes and the mushroom truffle cream. It looks really delicious. So I'm going to give this a taste. All right, check it out. There's tons of gooey cheese in here. I've had 2 or 3 bites. I haven't even made it to the hot dog. There you can see the hot dog. But I've just been having batter and cheese sauce, and it's been delicious so far. Totally good. So now I got to get to the hot dog. You guys, this is the best corn dog I've ever had in my entire life. There is so much going on between the hot dog, the cheese, the crispy batter, the potato crisps, the mushroom sauce. I could use more mushroom sauce, by the way. Fabulous. I will get this again 100 times over. So super delicious. I'm going to show you some more of the food booths, and we're going to check out the tribute store, so stay tuned. All right, this booth has a bloody campground poutine, which is crispy fries topped with Asian-inspired gravy, char siu roasted pork, and cheese curds. And also they have a bloody snowball, which is chocolate cake with marshmallow buttercream. It sounds good too. And they even have a vegan burnt ends poutine as well. Next up is Surfer Boy Pizza, which is from Stranger Things. They have a Hawaiian pizza, a vegan pizza, a cheese pizza, and then the dessert I really want to try, the Yuri's favorite. If you're into peanut butter mousse and Reese's Pieces with chocolate cake, man, this is going to be delicious. So I'm really excited to try this dessert sometime. All right, this booth, which is directly across from the Stranger Things entrance, has one of the most popular dishes from last year, which is the pepperoni pizza skull. This thing was absolutely delicious last year. It's basically a pepperoni and cheese stuffed skull. And they also have a mummy cheesecake pop, which I think sounds delicious too. So I will be here to get some of this at some point. But right now we're going to go into the tribute store. All right, everyone, so we're going to head into the tribute store. This is a gift shop, but it's neatly themed for Halloween Horror Nights. Look at the Frankenstein in the window. This is the classic Monsters theme right here in the front with all the little toys. That would have been like, you know, from a long time ago. Super cute. Comic books. All right, it looks like we're in the comic book graveyard here. And they have all kinds of merchandise. Merchandise of the Scare Zones t-shirt. Anything Horror Nights, you name it, they got it in here. Sweatshirts, with all the icons from the houses. Check this out, it's really cool artwork. We have the skeletons and persons. This is so neat and comic booky looking. Kind of like a little guy noir theme over here, which is one of the themes that they've had from the houses in the past. Stranger Things merchandise, the Hellfire Club, Universal Monsters House t-shirt for this year, mug, Exorcist. They have a mold machine with the Bride of Frankenstein. I have the mold of Frankenstein, so this would be good to get because now they have the bride. Here's the collection. I have the creature from the Black Lagoon from last year too, so kind of neat. They're making a whole collection of the molds. Vecna t-shirt, Vecna mug, Vecna house candle. Masks and heads galore for all your Halloween needs. Comic books as we come down the hallway. Tribute to Terror. Oh, but these have people's pictures as I look closely. That's kind of cool. You can basically get your picture on a comic book and take it home. Right now we're in this area here. Pick up the Chucky heads and dolls and lunchboxes. They have some themed desserts here in the tribute store that you can buy as well. The cheesecake bloody brain over here on the bottom left. Coffin brownies. They have a Chucky truffle cake. Thank you. And a marshmallow. A little boo cookie. I got all of the Stranger Things macaroons. One is chocolate, one is peanut butter and jelly, and one is pistachio. So I'm going to take these outside and try them out. Another monster mold. They have the mummy. Very neat. Here is our final room. Jack the Ripper, I think. Dr. Oddfellow t-shirt. Again, he's the icon this year. More cups, mugs. Pretty neat place, man. Pretty neat. Alright guys, so the 11 one is peanut butter and jelly. The Demigorgon, I believe, is pistachio. And the Freak one is chocolate. So let me taste all three and I'll let you know. Okay, so this is the pistachio one. It's really more of a vanilla-y taste, I think. I get that way more than pistachio. This one back here was chocolate with raspberry. Really good. My favorite was the peanut butter and jelly. Really good peanut butter and jelly flavor. So this one had the best flavor. The chocolate and raspberry was second. The pistachio one I would not get again. So overall, it was okay. I'll definitely be back for more food here at Horror Nights. Well, everyone, it was a super fun night here at Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios in Florida. So much fun. I loved all the houses that I saw tonight. Loved the scare zones. Liked the food I tried as well. I'll definitely be back to do more. And take my advice. Either get Express Pass if you're coming one night. Do the Scream early. If you can't afford the Express Pass, choose what you need to. But man, it's the best ways to get the houses done so that you can maximize your visit. If you liked today's video, hit like and subscribe down below to see more. And don't forget to hit the notification bell to keep you notified every time we upload a new video, which is usually once a week. And also subscribe on social media like Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Seatbelt Park Hopper on all three. Thanks for watching.